are hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
But to me, that's not dominating.
It's only not dominating because she's a rookie.
Now,
so a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Sheryl Swoopes seems to be having a tough time swallowing Caitlin Clark's success. She is too busy spewing weird takes against Caitlin, making herself look like a joke. She downplays her record-breaking performances and throwing out ridiculous claims that don't hold water.
I mean, if you want to talk about bullies, we can talk about every time Caitlin has the ball, she pushes off.
And how she has been a certified Caitlin Clark hater.
Is it jealousy, or has Swoopes just lost her grip on reality? Whatever the case is, she is only making herself look foolish by refusing to give Clark the credit she deserves. According to Swoopes, Caitlin is not dominating. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark has set the WNBA on fire since she joined the league, putting up some insane stats for a rookie.
But it's a big deal because Caitlin Clark is her own basketball economy.
Let me tell y'all something. You got to sit up there and pay attention to the rising tide. It lifts all boats. You can go out on the court and go at Caitlin Clark with the fierceness that your competitive juices demand.
She has made up her mind to answer all the criticism through her performances, which we recently observed. Here, we're talking about 20 points, 8.4 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. And yes, did I mention she is breaking the records too? She's got the most assists in a single season with 321. And in one game alone, she managed 19 assists. That's not just good, it's legendary. People throughout the world who have well understanding of basketball are appreciating her. But there is one person who has some issues with her performance. Instead of celebrating her, Sheryl Swoopes seems determined to devalue everything Caitlin's doing.
Vulnerable to all of the hate that you know is going to come to you if you're not playing the way everybody thinks you should be playing.
It's absolutely insane that a person who was a professional athlete refused to use any tangible argument or data points actually to support the statement spewing out of her mouth. She literally said nothing in the whole show but assumptions based on feelings and emotions. In Gil's Arena show, while she was uttering nonsense about Caitlin, Gil pointed her out and corrected her facts.
New breed that's coming in, right? This is just the beginning. So if I say she's dominant, I know what you're capable of.
But you're
so I'm not even gonna pretend.
Even he was shocked when he saw Swoopes had some bigotry against Caitlin, which was depicted in her analysis. It sure seems like Swoopes is struggling to handle the fact that Caitlin Clark has taken the league by storm and captured everyone's attention. Instead of acknowledging what Clark has brought to the WNBA, new viewers, more excitement, and record-breaking performances, Swoopes is acting like it's no big deal. Maybe it's hard for Swoopes to see a rookie getting more praise and attention in one season than she's probably seen in years. And that's the heart of the problem. Clark's success is exposing a lot of insecurities in people who aren't ready to accept that she's the future of women's basketball. But while Swoopes is busy trying to disgrace Clark's success, not everyone is buying it.
It's been phenomenal in the last 7 days. Clark, step back, hits a three.
Former NBA player Sam Dekker, for example, came to Clark's defense, and he didn't mince words. He compared Clark's situation to when he played alongside James Harden on the Houston Rockets. Dekker said that having a player like Harden or Clark is a massive advantage to any team. Superstars like them make the game easier for everyone around them. Dekker isn't just giving empty praise here. He's talking from experience. Then comes Dan Dakich, a sports commentator, also strongly defended Caitlin Clark against criticism.
Caitlin Clark is the only player in the history of the WNBA to achieve those numbers or better. Now,
he spoke with a lot of excitement about how important Clark is to women's basketball. He believes Clark is special compared to other rookies who came before her. He said, "We've had good players come from college before, but nobody really cared that much. With Caitlin Clark, it's different. She's the most dominating thing we've seen." He highlighted that Clark's impact is everywhere, in the games, outside the games, and in the media. Doncic really wants people to understand how much he thinks Clark is changing women's basketball for the better. He might not have directly pointed out Swoopes, but he definitely conveyed his message in a very cunning way.
Now here's the deal. I get what she's saying. See, I used to think dominant was, hey man, Will Chamberlain had 50 and 25, or somebody had 30 and 20 rebounds. But now, post-Magic, Larry, et al. Era, dominant must include assists.
It's not just Swoopes stirring the pot, though. There's also this constant conversation about how Caitlin Clark gets more media attention than Angel Reese, and people are quick to make it a race issue. Some say Clark is getting all the praise because she's white and more marketable than black players like Reese. But here's the things. Caitlin Clark is putting up numbers that back up the attention she's getting. It's not like the media is hyping her up for no reason. You don't break records and make game-winning plays if you're just coasting on hype. Even Stephen A. Smith chimed in.
But Caitlin Clark is in the conversation for league MVP. I don't know if y'all already know that, but she in the conversation. League MVP as a...
The impact Caitlin is having on the WNBA is remarkable. The league's ratings are up, more people are tuning in to watch women's basketball, and guess who's leading that charge? Yup, Caitlin Clark. She's not just a good player, she's a game changer. She recently became the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 1,000 career assists. That's not a fluke, that's talent. She's also had clutch moments, like hitting a game-winning shot against the Las Vegas Aces. She's doing everything you want from a star player, yet Swoopes keeps acting like none of this matters. It's almost comical at this point. Sheryl Swoopes is out here nitpicking, acting like Caitlin's performances aren't impressive enough, while Clark keeps breaking records and elevating the game. What's the point of all this criticism? Is Swoopes just upset that someone else is getting the spotlight now? Because it sure feels that way. Clark isn't just surviving in the WNBA, she's thriving. She's bringing attention, excitement, and a whole new level of competitiveness. And let's not forget, she's doing this as a rookie. Imagine what she's going to do in the next few years. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is out here, quietly doing her thing, but she's not breaking the same records or drawing the same crowds. Yet, Swoopes keeps trying to drag Reese into this conversation as if she's on Clark's level. Reese is a great player, but right now, Clark is the one making waves. The comparison doesn't even make sense, and it feels like Swoopes is just trying to stir up drama for the sake of it. The bottom line is this. Caitlin Clark is the real deal, and no amount of criticism is going to change that. Whether it's Sheryl Swoopes trying to devalue her success or people trying to make it about race, the facts speak for themselves. Clark is dominating, breaking records, and leading the WNBA into a new era. She's bringing in new fans, boosting ratings, and making women's basketball more exciting than ever. So, Sheryl Swoopes can keep throwing shade, but it's not going to stop Caitlin from shining. She is the future of the WNBA and proving it every time she steps on the court. The critics, like Swoopes, can keep talking, but all they're doing is giving Clark more motivation to prove them wrong. At this point, Caitlin Clark doesn't just belong in the WNBA, she's owning it. And anyone who can't see that might just be stuck in the past.